Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Mike Makes It. I've had a Stanley brad nailer for a little while now, probably a decade to be honest. It's the APC 2-in-1. Now I think they've been taken over by Bostitch. I'll double check that and put that in the description. But I don't use it that often. But when you do need a little brad nailer, this is a thing to have. It's pneumatic. You can get handheld ones which run off batteries or gas, etc. This one isn't. This runs off an airline. And it's been working fine, literally for that decade. But I've just come to use it again now, and all it does is leak air. If we fire an airline into it, you'll hear. And it's all coming out here. Now I have dropped it. You can see there's an impact here. But it did work after that. There's no cracks I can see in the head. So what we're going to do, just take this off, see if there's anything sort of serious going on or minor that I can fix. Probably can't get spares for it. It's 10 years old, so I'm probably not going to want to. So I may upgrade to a Roby nailer. But we'll see. If I can fix it, then obviously I'm going to do, because I've got a box full of staples here. They are a combination nails and staplers. I like the nails actually. Staplers I've never actually used, but I've still got some because Homebase was selling the nailer off a decade ago along with these, and they were dirt cheap. But we'll get the head off it and just see what's happening. You never know. It could be a cheap fix. Looks like there's just 4 cap head bolts on here. So let's get these off. There we go. I'll put some information I found out about the nailers, how they actually work, online for you. But basically there's a piston in here, air gets into the top of that, fires down here and knocks a nail out. You see the nails all sitting in here. So piston here, bar, which is effectively the tip of the hammer that pushes the nails out at the bottom. The description online will be better than that. But there's going to be an O-ring around the piston, but as it's all coming out of the head, there's an exhaust port here. And there used to be an O-ring, by the looks of it. That is a very crusty looking O-ring. Yeah, that's definitely seen better days. Round there's a groove that should have housed a decent O-ring, and it did probably in the day. But if you look at that, that's what's left of it. That's just breaking up as I touch it. So see if I got an O-ring. Of course I got an O-ring. This set cost, I think it was about £6 at a car boot sale. I haven't used it very often, but you've got a multitude of O-rings here. Don't know which one might fit. That's too small. That looks as if it might do the trick. Hang on. You want a fairly tight fit with that, and that does actually seem about right. Got a gasket round there, but looking at it, it looks okay. And where I've dropped it there, it's not actually cracked the metal, so I haven't really got a problem with that. Let's put the head back on. There's only one way it'll go on. So if that's all it is, I'll be laughing. But you never know. Get those 4 bolts back in and see if it stops hissing. If it does, we can fire a couple of brads into a piece of wood and it can go back in the box if it's fixed. I'll say it rarely gets used, but when you need a nailer, you need a nailer. It doesn't do very big nails. It'll do, well, I've got 30mm staples here. I call them staples. Let's see. You can open the box and show you. You can tell they're going a bit rusty. Not very big nails, but they're good for architectural strip around door frames, etc. Really, really quite good. And you don't go bashing the door frame about. It's sort of bang the nails in, no drama. Frames up before you know it. So yeah, it certainly has its uses. It's nearly all 4 in now. I'm just going to do them up evenly. It's not quite like a cylinder head, but just, you don't want to over torque one side, not the other. Probably something just a little bit more than a nip will do. I'll say that's the exhaust port, and you can turn it around, so when you do actuate it, when you pull the trigger, you get a blast of air coming out. So you just pop him around to where your face isn't really. So let's connect it back up. Well, there's no hiss. Let me grab a block of wood. There's a safety mechanism on the bottom, so you can pull a trigger as much as you like. In this condition, nothing happens. It's only when you press down, you'll see now it would fire. If it's going to fire, it's going to fire now. And it has. Look, as if by magic. Well, that's a fix. Cheap fix, 1 O-ring, job done. Thanks for watching.